Welcome back. We are here with Blunderpecks once again. We're sitting at 536. Now, just like the last video, we are not going to be playing based off of our opening theory. We're just going to play based off of the opening principles because I feel like that's what people at this level should do. So let's go ahead and put a pawn in the center of the board with e4. And my opponent plays the Alakin's defense. So now, this is where it's going to get a little bit tricky because, I know how to deal with this. And I feel like, a beginner would see a knight here and say, ooh, I can attack knight. And this is how you should play. You should play very principled. And if the opponent puts a knight out in the opening and you can typically, shove a pawn forward and attack it, it's likely the best move. So we're going to go e5 here. Now they're going to jump here. Okay, so if you play the Alakin's defense, you need to go here and then here. Because going here just hangs the knight in one move. However, let's see if my opponent actually realizes. And we're going to go d4. We're just going to play principled. We're going to put two pawns in the center of the board. We're going to pretend like they didn't hang the knight in one move. If they do this in your game, definitely take it. Okay, now they're going to the edge of the board. Because I guess they realized that they hung the bishop in one spot, or in one move. Now the knight here is super duper ugly. We could take, and damage their pawn structure. But I think let's just develop our pieces. Let's say, okay, you have a terrible knight. And if they want to move it again, they can move it for a fourth time in the opening. Look at our center. Our center looks very nice. Let's just get our pieces out. Okay, now they strike. They're opening up their bishop. That's what they're doing. So if we let them take, is that an issue? We don't want to take like this because then we lose castling, right? So takes, we can take with the knight. If I go here and they push through, are we happy with that? I don't know. We could also just develop the bishop to this square. But then after takes, this pawn would be falling. So we could also put the bishop here. We don't want to go for any like useless checks because, we give a check and they can just block it. It's easily defended. We just help them. Maybe we just go bishop e2. Because if I go here, I feel like they're going to take. I don't know if I really love taking with the e-pawn, or with the pawn. Actually, you know what? That's fine. They can take and we'll take with the pawn. And we're just getting ready to castle. Yeah, they take. Now we need to take with the pawn, because if we take with the knight, this pawn falls. So let's go ahead and take. And now they should probably move the pawn. Okay. I guess if they moved the pawn, then they would have blocked this in. So they're attacking the knight. We can simply just castle now. Nothing wrong with that. There's no threats. If they take, we just take back. And we would actually be targeting this, so we'd be happy in that case. This is their only active piece, really. They have this knight, but it's kind of ugly. And if they go here, I think we can push the bishop back and win the knight. So they probably won't do that. Okay, they just take. I don't think this is a good move by my opponent, just because now I get to activate another piece, and they're trading off their only good piece. And this even comes with tempo. So I think that was a mistake by my opponent. And now we just need to develop and castle. Or we've already castled. We just need to develop. So I'm looking at this, damaging the structure. However, then we give them this open file, so maybe that's not the greatest idea. Maybe we just develop the knight. No. If we develop the knight, they can take the pawn. So what did this move do? It attacks the pawn. We do have a kind of an interesting sacrifice here. We could play e6, and if takes, we do have this check, but then they can go here. Takes, and no, that would be protected. So maybe we actually start with taking, takes, and then we can push the pawn forward. And if they take, we can go check, and their king is going to be stuck in the center of the board. So let's go ahead and take. We're going to damage the structure a little bit. Obviously, they can go here, but then we would take. Okay, now let's go ahead and push our pawn forward. And if they do this, we just have this really annoying pawn. So they almost have to take, and their pawn structure is horrendous. And their king is just getting stuck in the center because they didn't prioritize their castling. So, yeah, I think we can just simply give a check now. King has to go here. And then what will he do? We can go here. And then they'd have to go here. But then we can take a pawn. Yeah. Is there better? I don't really think so. I think we can just go here. Setting up discoveries, so they're going to probably play king here. And then we have any kind of bishop move. Because the rook is held by the queen. Okay, they offer a queen trade, but that's actually a bad move. Because whenever there is a rook lined up with the king, and you can move the piece in front of it, the rook is giving a check. So now, in this situation, we can move the bishop anywheres. In this case, we can move it to g6, and it's attacking the queen, and the king has to move because the rook is checking the king. So this is lights out. They cannot capture. They have to move, and then we will be capturing their queen. So my opponent just missed a simple tactic there. And yeah, now we're going to go ahead and take the queen. We've won the queen. And now we can just go for trades. This would give them the ugliest pawn structure in the world. Tripled isolated pawns. Doubled pawns. Triple isolated double pawns. They would actually have 4 pawn islands. And my opponent just resigns. So let's go ahead and take a look through this.
You had a nice tactical find in this game. Let's review.
Oh my gosh, that is terrifying. I did not expect chess.com to come at me with text-to-speech. Okay, so yeah, if the opponent plays the Alakin's defense, or any kind of opening where they put the knight out and you can attack it with the pawn, as long as the pawn's going to be defendable, like in this case, we can easily go d4, it's probably a good move. So after we play e5, they obviously blundered. You know, we can take this for free, but, and you guys should, but I wanted to, you know, have a game that was more than 2 moves. So we didn't take, we just went ahead, we took the center, you know, we just played principled. And now they protected the knights, they go back. Now we could take and damage their pawn structure, but why not just develop right now, you know? And then they go d6, we just develop. You know, we could get the knight out, bishop out, but I kind of wanted to prioritize just getting castled. That's why I did the bishop first. They take, and we take with the pawn. And then they pin us. There's no need to pin us, really. Like, especially not for the reason of taking. So after castles, they take, and this is just not good. They're trading off one of their only active pieces, and this is the only other piece that's active, but it's not really active. It's not doing anything. It's on the edge of the board. Knights on the rim are dim, and look at this. We have this threat. This bishop is nice. This bishop can just take the knights, damage their structure, and then go knight here, and our development's complete. Well, they have to move a pawn, a bishop, just to get castled. And they still have to develop the knight, the queen, if they want to go this way. So they're like 3 moves away from castling either way. They develop, and now we just trade. Now that we're, you know, we got our king saved, I felt like this was, you know, it was time to take this. They let us damage their structure. We got our king safe. And now, yeah, we found this nice pawn sacrifice to utilize their king in the center of the board. And this is kind of a, I don't know, maybe this is a more advanced concept, but whenever the king's stuck in the center of the board, you want to try and open up that board because the king's going to be a target here. It's not safe. And that's why e6 here is very strong. Because if they go here, it's actually just checkmate. And here takes, we have check, and now the king has to move. So that's exactly what happens. And then we went here, and yeah, they kind of needed to go here. And I was probably just going to take the pawn. Maybe that's not the best move. It's not bad. I was thinking maybe they can sack the queen for a couple pieces, but it's just not enough because their king is unsafe. But they go here, and it's actually it's apparently it's checkmate in 3. I wasn't really even looking for checkmate. Oh, you can simply just go here, force this, and then check and check and check. Okay, so yeah, we weren't looking for better. We just simply saw, okay, we win the queen, take the queen, we win. But it is what it is. So yeah, we got a nice win. Let's hop into another one. All right, we have the white pieces once again. Put the pawn in the center of the board. And we have the Caro Kann. Let's just put 2 pawns in the center of the board. They're letting us do that. They're letting us put 2 pawns in the center of the board, so let's do it. That is a good rule that you can follow as well. And they're going g6. Interesting. So they're not going for the Caro Kann with d5. Now, you know, I think we can just go ahead and develop the knight. They might play this at some point, but I think, yeah, okay, now they do. And we could take and go into an exchange variation, or we could push, but then they're going to push here and try to undermine everything. But also, playing e5 kind of blunts their bishop a little bit. So that could be a good idea. We could also protect the pawn, but I don't like that. Let's see. We could also protect with the knight. Let's take. Let's just, I feel like a lot of beginners will just go ahead and take. And they bring the queen out early. Interesting. So we can develop with tempo now. So they probably should have took with the pawn so that I wasn't able to play knight c3. So we tempo the queen. And now they're going to move the queen again. And we're going to get rapid development. My apologies if you guys can hear the outside noise. Okay, so we have queen check. We can just block with the bishop. And then we can castle. I don't really want to block with the queen and get a queen trade. Okay, they're moving their queen a gazillion times. This just simply can't be good. They are attacking the pawn, but we can just castle and protect it. And there's no issue. So we're improving our position while they're just moving their queen around without really thinking about it. And now on the next move, I can go knight e5 attacking the queen again. Okay, they play e6. This blocks in the bishop. Let's just improve the knight, attack the queen. And the queen can actually not go here, and it can't go here. So it's going to have to go, like, here. And then it's feeling a little bit stuck. This is the only illegal square. Oh. Okay. So we attack it with the bishop as well. Now, let's see if my opponent, you know, sees this on the next move. So I'm going to actually play knight to e4. We're going to pretend like they didn't hang the queen again. And, you know, we got some checks here. It's covered for now, but could be good. If they ever go here, we might have checks here. Yeah, so they see that their queen is hanging. So that's good on them. So now our knight is hanging. Is there something we can do about that? Well, we could protect it like this. We could protect it like this. We want to try and avoid weakening our squares. Let's see. We could also go here, which would kind of force the queen to move again because we'd be threatening a tactic. Maybe let's do that. Let's see if they see this tactic. Let's go ahead and protect via a tactic. Well, attack via tactic. We're protecting directly with the bishop. But they should be looking for my checks. So what did I do? I lined up with the queen, and do I have any discovered checks? Yeah, knight to d6 will win the queen. And if they don't see this, then I will be taking that queen this time. Their queen is basically trapped. I mean, they could go offer a trade. But... and that might be their best move. Yeah, this is the only square that they can get to. But now we're seeing why you shouldn't bring your queen out so early. Because I'm developing and creating threats, and you're just moving the queen around without developing your pieces. Okay, so they missed the tactic. They're hoping that I take here, but nah, we're taking this. Um, let's see. Should I take it? Should I do that? Yeah, I think it's time. I think it's time to take that queen. They let it sit there too long. Yeah, we take the queen. And now, if they trade, we're just very happy. Yeah, so they take. Now we can just line up. Let's see if they see the discovered check this time. So we're lining up with the king. Once again, it's the same tactic that just happened to them. Okay, beautiful. They moved. Now, let's see. So we could go attack the knight, force the knight to move. A few different things we could do. We can also just go utilize these dark squares. It's very weak. So we're attacking the rook. Yeah, they go ahead and attack this once again. Very understandable. I could protect the pawn, try to get the queen up. I think we need to just connect the rooks. We could try and rook lift, but maybe we just go queen here. Queen here, and then maybe try to get the queen to attack. So maybe now let's just bring the queen out. Queen's going here. We're just finishing our development. We're up a queen. We have a very nice bishop. Our knight's nicely placed. And we just need to bring our last piece to the game, and then we can start attacking. All right, so it's pretty clear what they want. They want to go here. But unfortunately for them, I do have this. And if they were to go here, well, no, we don't have this. Hmm. Okay. So we okay. So this is a nice little idea by them. It does hang a pawn, but they do have this. And then if I go for a discovered check, they take with the rook, protecting the bishop. And we lose a piece. So what if I go queen here and threaten this? Let's look at their board vision here. Now they can just block it. And then there's nothing, but we'll just move. Because they played, okay, yeah. They played c6 so that they could put the bishop here, but now there's some weak squares. So let's see. Maybe I just go here. Or I can keep attacking the pawn. I could go here. Yeah, we just go queen c3. Threaten to take. I guess they can protect. But we also might have some kind of tactics here with, you know, this diagonal. Because it's super duper weak. So let's go ahead and see. We do need to be careful with taking, though, because there's pins. There are pins, indeed. We also might be able to rotate the knight. Could be an idea. Okay, they just go there. I want to start opening up this diagonal. Takes, we can take, and then we would have takes. Yeah, let's try to open up this diagonal. The knights can be taken, but we protect it once. Now if they take with the bishop, the knight is then unprotected. I'm quite sure that we can just take here. And if they trade, we trade. We're opening up an attack on the knight. That is what's going on. And yeah, so let's go ahead and... Actually, wait, we can go here. No, then the knight protects. Yeah, let's not do that. So let's take. We're attacking the knight. They might have some kind of, way of protecting against this. But there's a lot of threats here. Because takes. I guess we don't have checkmates. But then we can bring the other rook. Okay, so my opponent moves out of the way, but this unfortunately blunders mate in 1. And we might have made a mistake there. But I thought this was fine. Yeah, so they go g6, which isn't the Karl Khan anymore. I mean, it is now that they played d5. This is more of a modern defense, but then they transpose back into a Karl Khan. Pushing, yeah. I'm like I'm an advanced player against the Karl Khan, but we take. They take with the queen, and now, yeah, you don't really want to take with the queen because it allows us to just develop with tempo and then giving checks. Okay, but this looks a little bit questionable. Bishop c4, we can tempo, but we don't really want to walk into any kind of pins if we don't have to. So you calculate it all out, but at the 500 level, I mean, we can just block, and then for some reason they go here. They're just attacking the pawn, but that can simply be protected with castles. And then we have this, and they blundered the queen in 1 move here. So they went back and just forgot that the bishop also is on this diagonal. I'm assuming that they saw knight is attacking the queen, so they thought, okay, I can just go here and it's fine. But anyways, and then for instructive purpose, we didn't take the queen. They go here, and then we set up a tactic. Yeah, we can protect with the pawn, but we got to be very careful. We got to be very careful pushing that f-pawn. The pawn is here right now, but there could be potential tactics. And so, yeah, we go bishop d3, and they miss the tactic. Apparently, that's not even the best move, but we're up a queen now, and yeah, we just get our pieces involved, and we kind of, this was a 1-move threat as well. This is kind of poor play on my side because they can just go here, but anyways, it is what it is. And then, yeah, we went for this little tactic. We're sacrificing a pawn here, trying to open up the diagonal in front of the king. And they take. They should take with the knight, apparently. But then we have... Oh, knight attacks the queen. Ah, I see, yeah. Then we gotta move the queen. Still not super good. Attack the queen. Now they're attacking my queen a gazillion times. So I'm the dummy. And then we went for this kind of sacrifice. Now, yeah, we can put double pressure on this, and we're probably just winning the piece. Yeah, because they go here, takes, here. They do have this, but then we would sacrifice, so they got to go bishop f8. And then we can just start trading because we're up with so much material. But they go here, and they blunder mate in 1. So we'll take that. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in another one.